just a quick little review on finding the inverse. All right. Remember, whenever you're finding the inverse, you're simply just switching the x and the y. All right. So first we have it in a table, then we have it in as an ordered pair, then we have the graphing, and then we have it written as an equation. So you have to do all of those tomorrow. All right. So if you look closely at question number 1, all right, all I'm asking you to do is just make another x and y over here. And then to find the inverse, the y's become the what? X's, and the x becomes the, look how hard that is. So -1, -4, -7, -10, -13, -9, -7, -5, -3, -1. All right. So does anybody have any questions with that? Now look, again, guys, we have one more chance tomorrow. I want you to concentrate now for a few minutes. All right, I need to review this topic. All right, now everybody do 2 and 3 real quick. All right, everybody do 2 and 3. Let's go. All right, that's pretty good. All right, now for the ordered pairs. All right, for the ordered pairs, it's the same thing. So everybody take a look at number 4. Again, the x becomes the y, and the y becomes the x. So for question number 4, we're going to write it as 2, -3, 8, -1, 14, 1, and 20, 3. Anybody have any questions with that? Finding the inverse. All right, switch the x, switch the y. Let me give you 30 more seconds to finish up 5, 6, and 7. All right, any questions? All right, so now we'll do it graphically. All right, so remember, to do it graphically, we just got to find a couple points that are on the graph. All right, so let's highlight this point right here, and it looks to me like this point over here would be good. So now let's label those 2 points. So we're counting by 2s, it looks like. So this point over here looks to me like 10, 0. Do we agree with that? Do we agree? And then this one down here would be what? 0, beautiful, 0, -4. So now if we're doing the inverse, yeah, we just switch these. 0, 10, -4, 0. And then we just graph those. All right, so let's graph 0, 10. Then -4, 0. Now, let's draw this line. Now, the other thing I want you to remember is when you do the inverse, it's symmetric with the line y equals x. So what I'd like everybody to do is I'd like everybody to draw or graph y equals x. And when you do that, hopefully you can see now what I mean. All right. Yeah, I just would like you to graph y equals x, just because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just show you the symmetry there. Yes. does anybody have any questions with that? Yes.
So when you do this on a test, can you use a different code?
Sure, you can do that. That'd be easy. All right. So let's look at number 9. Let's go ahead and do 9 together. All right, so we're trying to identify 2 points. All right, so let's identify 2 points. There's one right there. And then it looks to me like there's a good one right there. Yeah, if you choose this one over here, it's fine. All right, so this one looks to me like 6, 4. This one over here looks like, thank you, 0, 6. Right? And then the other one would be what? -6, comma, does that look right? 8, -6, 8. When you're plotting points, remember you go left and right, then up and down.
Did you have to do this?
No, you don't have to. All right, then we'll go ahead and find the inverse. So that would be 4, 6, and then 6, 0, and then 8, -6. So if we do 6, 0, 4, 6, 8, -6. And then there's that one.
On the test tomorrow, are we gonna?
You don't have to graph y equals x.
So will you mark these?
No, I'm just saying, this is, if I was doing this, this is how I would do it. You don't have to mark them right. You can put them off to the right or whatever. So. You have to do everything that I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Right. You have to graph an inverse. Right, I'm going to give you the equation just like 8, 9, and 10. All right. All right, now the inverse. All right, you don't really have to do number 17, so if you want to just make sure you cross it out. Remember, for question number 11. For question number 11. Remember, this is y equals 8x minus 5. To find the inverse, switch. X equals 8y minus 5. Now you solve for y, right? So you add 5 to both sides. And then divide by 8. Now, do you remember the symbolism? F negative 1 of x is equal to x plus 5 over 8. Any issues with that? All right, let's look at 12. Now, my opinion on number 12, honestly, I would just, I think I would just distribute y equals 6x plus 42. So now when we find the inverse, x equals 6y plus 42. Subtract 42, perfect. X minus 42 equals 6y. So y equals x minus 42 all over 6. What's that? That's just the symbol.
Do we have to do that?
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. All right, number 13. Let's just do that. So now we have x equals 3/4 y plus 9. Subtracting 9. Now how do I get rid of 3/4? Multiply by the, that is correct. So 4/3 x minus 9 equals y. F -1 of x. You ready? All right, let's flip back now to your notes on inequalities. All right, notice down here, does everybody see all the answers correct? You can double check things if you want. Now look, there's nothing I can do, guys. Nothing I can do. All right. Let's just go down the right side now. All right. Well, we can do this. That was supposed to be kind of the homework. So, does anybody have one in particular they'd like me to just go through? Yes. All right. So let's go to 20. Let's take a look at this. All right. Now, I don't think I really mentioned this, but let's do this. All right. Sometimes when there's fractions, you can multiply to get rid of the fraction. You can multiply by 10 to get rid of the what? Get rid of the decimal. Then you don't have to worry about the decimals. All right. Now watch if I multiply by 10. 10 times 0.3 becomes what? 3 parentheses x minus 2 plus what? 1 is less than or equal to 4. Everybody see that? All right. That's a good job. Now we can distribute, correct? So we can say 3x minus 6 plus 1. 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 4. 3x less than or equal to 9. And x is less than or equal to 3. So if you're less than or equal to 3, you would be going from perfect. Let's go check out number 6. Now on this one, I would divide by -2 first. But you have to remember, if you divide by -2, what happens? You have to switch the sign. So this is going to be y plus 4 less than or equal to -8. See that? Y is less than or equal to, so then we'd go -infinity to -12. Anybody have any issues with that? Nobody? Anybody else want me to do another one in particular? Number 8, good. Okay, let's distribute a -2. Now, normally I tell kids I wouldn't really divide by -2, although you could, but you'd have to remember you have to divide this by -2 and this by -2, and then you'd have to change the sign. You think? Right, so sometimes I think it's just easier to just do it this way. So now we have what? 10y plus 6. 10y is greater than 10, so y is greater than 1. 1 to infinity. Feel good about that? That's not hard, guys. Practice. Anybody else? Good.
Number 6, can you go back?
Yep. Somebody else? Somebody else? Somebody else? You all good? Do you have any questions? Tell me. 6, watch one. 16, here we go. Let's do 16. Good. All right, distribute 2/3. All right, now if I distribute 2/3, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is, so you could just say that's 2x, right? Yes. Well, the problem is that creates a problem here with this 1. You with me on that? All right, that's why sometimes I just say, if it's not set up exactly the way I showed you, I would just go ahead and distribute combined terms. So this becomes 2x, and then it would be -4 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 5. 2x is less than or equal to 8. X is less than or equal to 4. You agree with that? What's that? And -infinity to 4 bracket. Good? Any issues? Good. Oh, that's okay. Go back up. I know what you're talking about. Okay, thank you. So here we'd add 8 first, right? So we'd have x plus 4 over 3 is less than or equal to 6, right? Yes, you could. But then you'd have to multiply the 8 by the 3 and that by 3. That's where people make a mistake.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
Does that make sense now, buddy? Right. Now you multiply by 3. Subtract 4. -infinity to 14. Okay?
I got that, I just did it the different way.
Yeah, you can do it definitely. Several different options. All right. Now, listen. Here is what I'd like for you to do. Is all of the answers are there. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to post the video, and then listen to me honestly. Here's what I did. I went through this worksheet, and I copied some problems exactly the way they are. Everybody hear me? All right, exactly the way they are. I really only care about interval notation, but I said you can do the graph. Sometimes that helps. All right, if you get a little confused. Bless you. So again, this is what you need to review. All right, do that worksheet over if you're concerned about your grade. All right, like I said, some of the exact problems will be on the test, and some of them the numbers will just be a little different. That's all. All right. So again, I don't think there's anything to worry about. All right. Now, the next thing I want you to do is get your iPad out and get busy on some of the IXL. And I'm going to post this, and then if you want to come up and ask me some questions about IXL, that's fine. It's 1 point per lesson. So you can do 11. No, I'm not going to. No. Just that would be just